Thank you for coming. There was another session going on upstairs and they came actually 15 minutes late. But that was supposed to be 10 and it is supposed to be 10:30. Thank you for being so patient. Today's what we're going to share amongst all of us is success for every child. Now, I would like you to step away from who we are. Meaning, I'm a father, I'm a mother, I'm a man, I'm a girl, I'm a lady, I'm a computer professional. You all can sit down there, don't keep standing. From there, shift from there to something else. And that something else is what you and I need to actually touch upon. Now, look at this statement there. We are what? International Baccalaureate. That means a way of learning. Pedagogy. You've heard this statement in your workshops and things like that. Pedagogical leadership for teaching and learning. These are IB, you can say jargon. But jargon, no, the meaning is that it's the different way of approach. And coupled with the Vedanta, ancient Indian Vedanta. So I'm touching upon first on Vedanta. Look at these words are from IB. But look at the word, success for every child. Who is this child? Jesus Christ is saying, kingdom of heaven is within you. Vedanta is saying, aham brahmasmi. What is this? How can a child be a failure? Child is the seed of God in the child. You and I too. We also did. Why are some of us successful and some of us not? It's like two beautiful buildings. Bungalow. Made by the same builder. Everything is identical. Nice furniture and AC and fan and lights and everything. But one has paid the tax to the MSEDL and the other one is not. The other one is in darkness and the other one is bright and lit and all. So what's it? Disconnection. That disconnection makes some of us not so successful. Or hard work. We are saying, sure, there is a simpler way. And all you have to do is to know about it. Just know about it. That's good enough. The moment you know about it, and if it makes you feel like doing it, who's making you feel? Just think for a second, who made me start this school? Something else. We may know, we may not know. And that something else has brought you and me together. That something else has brought this huge congregation of very powerfully talented teachers. This lady who is upstairs, doing for which she's supposed to be a healer. And she is supposed to be blessed by Sai Baba. Whoever she touches, they get healed. She is doing now workshop for others to get healing. And she was saying, she's supposed to be quite famous, meaning from America to Canada to everywhere else they're calling her. And she says, I don't know how I'm here. I said again, we all have got connected for work to be done. Now, this work towards, you and I need to understand this beautiful gift that you and I have. In Vedanta, particularly what has happened, you and I don't know anything about Vedanta. And because we don't know anything about it, the moment we say Vedanta with IB, look very carefully. We don't know about IB also. I didn't know anything about IB. In fact, with lots of so-called PhDs, I took 2 years to understand that I don't understand IB. And I was so bugged. Really, and I'm supposed to be quite good student and things like that. And I said, why can't I understand? Because you and I, the way we have gone about in our life is the traditional British way of education, not even our ancient gurus, that Gurukul section. We missed it out. And we gone about by the British way. What's wrong with it? Look, we went to school, we learned to write. All of us, we know how to write. And you know many people around you who are doctor, professor, teachers, husband, wives, parents, children, colleagues. We all know how to write. How many do you know who loves writing? What good is this education? I learned to write to hate to write. I learned to read. How many do you know who can't sleep without reading? We rather watch TV and go to sleep. So what happened to Bharat is Brahma Jyoti, and Rata is those who are immersed in it. To you and me, it's just a jargon. That's why I said it's like an Adi jargon. No, let's make a little sense out of it. The moment you and I start to understand, you're already on the right track. Honestly, when we started off, and I was wondering how, and particularly the biggest question which is there in all of your mind must have been sometime many of you asked me, all right, okay, you got a nice theory and all that, and it is sounding very good. How do you train the teachers? How do you give it to the children? So you and I know when to give it, but you and I are supposed to bring it. So if mommy wants children to eat good food, we have to make it very palatable and attractive and nice so the children should say. And the moment they want to take it, you remember when you and I grew up and we wanted to take chocolates or candy, remember our teachers and our parents and grandparents said, take only one. So in the bargain what has happened, look at it today. Valentine's Day, the best gift is chocolate. Why? Because a craving has been created in our heart by not giving. The same way, the moment child wants to, you say, not more than one paratha. The moment you say not more than one paratha, you will want to have now two. You want her to start reading. But when you say, come, let's read, champion, no, mama. Don't watch TV. Mama, come on. This is what is happening, no, every home. So screen time in everybody's home is the highest. Everybody. Have you noticed? Go anywhere. Everybody's doing this. What is this? Screen time. Or on the TV. Everywhere. We say, if you tell them don't, the human mind, human consciousness will automatically lead them to say do. Whatever people say don't, you and I have been told, don't look at naked girls, naked boys, and look everywhere, all the hoarders, all the advertisement is only on that. Same thing with the chocolate. So we say, if you want to create her to read, I'm taking the book and I said, Papa, come here. By the way, monkey, this is not for you, it is only for Papa and me. And you start reading. What will the children do? They'll come and take the book from you depending on their age. If they are elderly, 15, 16, they will say, what are you reading? Something like that. Younger one will come and, even younger one will come and nuzzle in between the two of you and say, I also want to read. So what are you doing? You're playing a game. So all you and I have to do is to become aware of it. You are not going to be perfect in the first day. But start. 100 meters dash starts with the first step, no? Well, let's start the thing. This I would like to take you across, in which I want to start with you with something that is bothering all of us. Have you noticed we all are suffering? Sickness, disease, poverty, and various emotional turmoil and the flame. You don't understand me. Because of you, my life is spoiled. I'm going to mother. All that stuff is happening. We are suffering. Why? School systems are not telling us how to learn to handle relationship. Our country, Ashok Stamba is our emblem. How many of us know what is written on it? Why is it? We studied in the school, and I can see this man knows. What does it say, ma'am? Sir? What does it say in the... Yes, you. What is written on the Ashok Stamba? Just think. Why is it you and I don't know? Because our education system was such. We mugged it up at that time. If I tell you, immediately you say, yes, yes. Satyameva Jayate. What does it mean? Truth shall always win. But you and I have forgotten. So how many adults do you know today who don't tell lies? What happened to us? Our kids don't. They're your children. I'm giving you guarantee. And if one of your sons or daughters do, you and I need to quickly discuss and change the way so that they don't. Yesterday only, some parents came down. At one time, 3-4 parents came with 3-4 guys' birthday. You know, everybody came with the cake and the pastry, and I said, thank you so much and all that. And I was saying, okay, tell me, what do you think about your child? They said, very nice. I said, what's very nice? Quantify it. Give me something, number. I don't want you to say 1 to 10, he is 10 or something like that. I just want you to say, what is it? What is it? No. They love to study on their own. They love to ask questions. It's so difficult to talk in front of them. They'll immediately challenge. I said, they're all very nice. What else? He said, like that, sir, they're very nice. I said, only very nice? They said, no, sir, very good, very good. I said, okay. What else? They were missing out. They were not connecting. I said, ma'am, sir, tell me, is it true they don't tell lies? He said, yes. I said, please understand, that's the biggest gift that you could give it to your child who don't tell lies. And you've read everywhere. God is truth. Supreme energy is truth. And if we can give them this gift, how can they not be successful? There's a guy, a young guy in a little town, beautiful town, mountains and valleys and flowers, went to the village elders, panchayat. I want to earn a lot of money. So elders all smile and said, everybody does. He said, no, I don't want for myself. I want to earn it and do good to the village. They said, very nice. You have to work. He said, but listen, work will take me too much time. I don't have that kind of time. I want to earn the money right now. Hey, yours and my kids are also doing that same thing, no? I want money. All over the world. Right now. They don't realize how much daddy and mommy have struggled hard to come to this state. So, village elders said, okay, see, it's beyond us. But there is a monk who is a great sannyasi living on top of the mountain. You go, there is a temple, he is always there. There is a cave next to the temple. He is there. If you can ask him and if he blesses you, you will have anything, whatever you want. So he went up there. He saw the temple was nice and clean. He did his pranam and searched for him and found a cave. He went and saw the Baba is meditating. So he very respectfully went and sat down there. This is a Vedantic tale, okay? It's from Vedanta. Baba didn't open his eyes. He sat 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours. But this guy was quite stubborn, I must say. He stayed. Baba didn't open his eye. Whenever he had to get up for nature's call or something, he got up, the boy again got up and again came back and sat. Baba went full day, not getting up. Second day, in the morning, Baba opened his eyes and he said, I'm pleased with your determination. What is it you want? He said, I want lots of money. I want to do good to the people. And I want to do it fast. I don't have so much of time to work for 20 years and then earn money and all that. The Baba smiled and he said, okay, it is possible. See, in every one of us, there are 2 deities as per Hindu belief. One is Lakshmi, and we all worship Lakshmi. We are all wanting money, money, money. Diwali and every time and every morning. He said, if you want lots of money, don't worship her. He said that? He said, if you worship her, she'll give you some money. She'll give you a little bit. So that you keep worshipping her and keep coming back to her. And she'll keep on giving you little. It will not make you. He said, then? He said, the other deity is Saraswati. You worship Saraswati. He said, how? He said, she is the goddess of knowledge, the wisdom. She is skillful for everything. Now, if you worship her, you're going to become very knowledgeable. And that is one. But the important point is, Lakshmi is going to get very jealous. She's going to say, what is this? Why is this guy running after her? Let me attract him. Pour a lot of money. He said, you will get a lot of money from Lakshmi, but don't turn around and follow her. You keep following Saraswati. And Lakshmi is wanting to entice you back, so she'll keep pouring money. Don't fall for her. You go for wisdom, knowledge, truth, satya. This is the message we are trying to give it to our kids. And the beautiful part, I'll show you a few of your kids, what they're doing in this school, even I don't know. Believe me, I am every day getting amazed by what your champions are doing. But we don't know about it, we don't advertise it. There's no advertisement for admissions over here. But some of us have got guided to be together. And you have a tremendous role. We don't push anything. This workshop is free. Those who want to. Every Sunday we do another workshop, 10 o'clock to 2:30. Learning how to get this powerful energy. You could do it. It's not complicated. It's only wanting to. The first step we have to take, that's it. Now, every child can succeed. Every one of us. See, you've seen that anyone can cut an apple and count how many seeds are there. But can you count how many apples are in one seed? That seed is your child. That's the potential programming in you and me. Then why are you and me like this? We are more or less middle class average. We are not Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or Vivekananda or Narendra Modi. Why? I want to know why. What mistake have we done? I remember in my childhood, some of your kids are a little young. I must have been 6, 7, 8, 9. I heard the story, Hanumanji jumped up and swallowed the sun, that's why his face is burnt. Stories. I said, Mother, if Hanumanji could jump up and eat the sun, I also want to jump up. Now you and me today laugh. But actually it was in my mind for a long time. Why can't I do it what he could do? And today when I understand a tiny bit, a drop of Vedanta, we see that yes, you can. You and I, all of us can. Your children can. But you have to understand it a little bit. And they're doing very well. They're going on at the types. So every child, this has the potential to learn and power that achieve the success to school and in life. But the question every parent has to how we make sure that every child's success. How do we make sure? The answer lies in this successful, this factual collaboration between the parents and the school, with the community, understanding, searching, children, believing in them. The moment you believe, something else happens. You and I tend to overprotect our kids. Child is being given something, one false start. Papa and mommy immediately bends down to pick it up. It comes to us just like that. We are saying, don't pick it up. Encourage the child to pick it up. In a short while, you will see the child is faster than you. Before you can do it, they'll pick it up. Now what have you given? You've given her or him a sense of competency. What is it? I can. What is can? Fruit juice, fruit tin, or chicken sausage or something, everything comes in a can. What is it? Can? It has. So what is it? I can. Let the children know I can do it. And the moment you and I take them across like that, you will see a different world would emerge. In which I'm going to take you across. This presentation will be there in the YouTube. Yes, sir? That's it? Already put it?
Yes.
Okay, it's already there. You can go ahead in our website, and you can also go to the website. There will be a link.
Yes.
Okay, and you can go to the YouTube. You can see it. So you could go ahead and kind of reflect upon it as you go along. You can see it in your mobile and things like that. So what is parenting? Allowing the child to discover that perfection, that needs of the child. It's there inside. Guiding the child to that competency which is within them. Discovering that secret power which is in the child. It's secret because you and I don't know. Let's take in Aladdin's Wonderland. You and I read the story and we think it's a story. That if you rub the lamp, the genie will come and he said, Hukum karo, and you just tell him and he instantly delivers it. But we think it's a story. I'm asking, what if you think, this is Vedanta is telling, that genie is inside in your child, inside in you. And that is what it's saying. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman. Satyam, truth. This is Vedantic Mahavakya. There are certain words, they are eternal. They will never go old. They never be stale. Satyam, truth. And existence. Satyam means existence, meaning this is here, so it exists. I cannot say where the mic, it is there. So it's Satya. But if it is so, if it is truth, then this shouldn't wither away 10 or 20 years from today and crumble into dust. You and I, if we are truth, that our body should continue to live, but it doesn't. We are born and we will die. Then how can I be Satya? Satyam Jnanam, knowledge, the wisdom. Once you and I have it, Anantam, infinite sense will come, is Brahman. Brahman as per Vedanta is the same as God and Allah and whatever you call it. Brahman means God which is infinite, expanding infinitely possible without getting damaged as per Vedanta by anything. No water, no air, no fire, no weapon can cleave it or cut it. And the beauty is that our children and you and me have that within us, but we have forgotten. So how do you make them successful? Show them, hey champion, you are. How do you do that? First you and I have to do a little bit of realization. Otherwise, if you haven't been to, let's say, Phoenix Mall for shopping, and your children want to say that I want to go to SGS Mall, you say, okay. But if you know the same thing is there in Phoenix is the better, you say, you monkey, we'll go to SGS. But let's go to Phoenix and see if you like it, what you like. If you don't like it, we'll go to SGS. And they will go crazy when they go to Phoenix. Or, you and I have been to Phoenix and SGS, but we haven't been to Manhattan Mall in New York. We don't know what is there. Similarly, we don't know what is inside. This is that power of the seed in the apple. That power I'm talking about. Sounds very vague, but I'm certain if you just travel with it a little bit, you will see why is it that the whole world is still shaking with this ancient truth of the Vedanta, and why IB is becoming successful, because what IB is doing today is actually spoken about it 4 to 6,000 years ago by Vedanta. IB, with their research, Western science, is catching up onto it. What does YB say? Academic honesty. No copy. Write on your own. You can do it. You and I learned what? Copy from internet and write it down. Or write some books or read something from there and copy and paste. No? Before that, we used to look at the other people and write our answer papers. This is how we have grown up. We're talking about now. So, we know that every child is unique, every parent is unique. You are very special. And some things will work and some won't. You're the parent, ultimately, you will decide what is best for your child. This is where we stand today. We're saying, what are your expectations from your child, from your school, from your family, from your own life? Today, more or less, we go to school to learn. I ask the kid, I do this session at least 4, 5, 6 times in a month. I call them. Yesterday only I finished 10 standard kids. They are going to appear for final exam. I was talking to them. So I asked them, why do you come to school? They said, to learn. I said, okay, very nice. Why do you want to learn? So that we know more, we have more skills, more ability. I said, very good. Why? So that we study, college, degree. I said, very good. Why do you want a degree? Come on, so we have to become doctor, engineer, professor, businessman, computer. I said, very nice. Why? Sir, come on, we have to get a job, no? I said, okay. Why do you want a job? Come on, sir, to earn money, of course. I said, okay, that means you join the school to earn money. I said, okay, how much money? More than dad and mom. This is coming from our kid. They're very clear. Look at you. Be clear in your mind. When you had your baby, when your son or the daughter growing up, think, did you or did you not think, I want her, him to be better than me? All of us do. I want him to be better than me. And supposing there's a gap, Papa and Mommy is eating up his head. तेरे को maths नहीं आता है? I used to get. So there is this boy, he's reading his school report. He's reading a school report. Papa walks in. Papa said, what are you doing? He said, nothing, Papa. I'm just reading it. You got your report? He snatched it from his hand. Papa, wave it. He snatched it. Shut up. Keep quiet. Let me read it. You got only 60 out of maths? Is this what I taught you all these days? He said, Papa, shut up. You just watch. Cancel. No going out. He said, Papa, that is not my mark sheet. He said, is it? Whose is it? Yours. I found it in the... I was going through, I found your mark sheet. This is what is happening to you and me today. Can you with me? So, infinite potential. What are your child's expectations? From their own life. Exactly this. No? I'll join school, I'll go to college, I'll get a degree, I'll go to a foreign country, I'll get a job in America, Canada, Japan, India, somewhere, earn a lot of money, and then I'll have 2 houses in America, 1 house in India, have a happy family, I'm successful. Is it so? Look carefully. Ambani brothers have lots of money. Are they happy? Are they really peaceful? 2 brothers are fighting, you're hearing it for the last 10, 12 years on loggerheads. Is this peace? Is that humanity? Is it excellence? So, let's reflect on it. So the God-given power of man, which is, those of you who don't believe in God, the word God also bugs quite a few people. So somebody told me, I don't believe in that kind of God. I said, okay sir, tell me what kind of a God you don't believe in. He said, you know, the God with the 10 hands and 2 heads and 3 heads and riding on a tiger or something like that. I don't believe in those kind of gods. So I said, you know what? I also don't believe in that kind of God. But why is it I believe in God but you don't believe in God? See what has happened? This is basically, it's something like 20 or 60 years ago, if I showed you that mobile and I said, come, talk to your friend, husband, wife in America, would you have believed me 20, 60 years ago? If I told you 600 years ago, just think, 600 years ago, this is 2019, that earth is round, would you have believed me? You know who discovered earth is round? Ferdinand Magellan, England, 1652. He said earth is round. You know what they did in England? They threw stones at him and killed him. He said trying to teach us tough things. Today if I say earth is flat, you will say what a monkey, he's the president, let's walk out of the school. So see this ignorance of not knowing who you are, who our children are, we tend to say, after all I am the one. And say now, you are the door through which your children are going to go to life. You prepare them for that life. You're the door. Somebody came through the door. Can the door say, you are now mine? Which you and I do. You took a taxi ride to, let's say, to Mumbai airport. And as you get down, taxi wala said, where are you going? You are mine. Can we do that? And this is what actually is happening. This is a very famous, great Sufi writer, poem. I'll be reading it a little while after. So, surpasses, the power surpasses human mind. You cannot believe it, you cannot think it. Those of you who don't believe in God, believe in unified field, believe in, you all can hear me, you can see me. Who's hearing me, who's seeing me? You say, hi, I'm a papa, I'm a mommy, I'm so-and-so, my name is so-and-so, this is a profession. I say, is it so? I was talking to our kids yesterday only, 10th standard. I said, many a time teachers come and talk, your mind is somewhere else. Are you hearing the teacher? Yes, you can hear. But are you listening to her? Hearing with attention is listening. That is your putting, writing into your mind. Your understanding, called awareness, is coming up. You're not, because your mind is somewhere else. What if you were sitting in the class and you've gone off to sleep? Will you hear the teacher then? No. What if you're sitting on the chair, like all of us right now, but if you're unconscious sitting on that chair, your faculties are working. Brain, head, you're alive, you're sitting there, but you're unconscious. You're breathing all right, but you can't hear me and see me. What if you were in coma? When you're zero, you're dead. When you're little bit, you're in coma. Little better, you're unconscious. Little better, deep sleep. Little better, halfway sleep. Little better, awakened, but mind is distracted somewhere else. Most of us are living in that periphery, on that last one. There is 126 bits of attention that you can pay at any moment to a thing. Most of us operate between 50 to 70 attention giving it to a bit of information. Like you're reading a book. About 50, 60. Somebody comes. The moment somebody comes, you look. That means what? Your part of the attention is there. So, we operate. There is a gentleman. He was reading. In a hospital bed. He is admitted in a hospital and he was reading. Somebody else came and said, hi, what are you reading? He didn't answer. He was reading. This guy came and said, what are you reading? Little closer. No answer. Then he held his toe. What are you reading? No answer. Then he comes and takes the book. He must be a little irritated now. Took the book. And this man took up like this. He said, what happened? He said, I'm asking you so many times what you're reading. He said, really? Oh, I didn't. Have you noticed it has happened to you and me also sometime? But sometime. Can you and me show it to our kids and to ourselves? We can do it more number of sometime. That word that you hear, multitasking, please understand, this is by the world's top specialist, you know I'm a neuroscientist, is garbage. You will do that one thing if you put 126 bits of data together, all, finish that quickly and then go to the other one. Otherwise, neither are you doing this, nor are you doing that. You're doing 50 of this, 50 of that. And we say, I'm multitasking. I'm listening, I'm writing also. Keep telling, and you're writing your work also. We often do that. It's okay, you can keep telling me. No, it doesn't work. And this is what Vedanta is also saying, the same thing. So remember, the help for those who seek the help, given us that tremendous power. And what is that power? Who's making you hear, listen, see? Is you. Who's that you? That consciousness in you. If you can't have the consciousness, you're in coma, you're dead, or you're unconscious, or you're in deep sleep, depending on variety of consciousness. That consciousness is making you learn anything, do anything, listen to me, watch, make say yes, 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 no, 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 all garbage. What the hell Dr. Ghosh is talking about is that let's face the real life. All that dialogue is going on in the head. Who's doing that? This is called the mind. But the mind and consciousness are different. Mind and consciousness, I'll just come upon it a little while later. This is where I want you to go and do. So, understand, in Vedanta, it's very simple. You all can see me. Your eyes can see me. Your ears can hear me. My eyes can see you. Understand this, okay? This is the essence of Vedanta. My eye is one, but you all are so many. This is the first truth. Your eye is one, but you can see everybody. Your eye is one, but the others are many. So, drashta is one, drishya are many. Seer is one, seen are many. The whole world, the whole universe, you're seeing it and you love to see it. You want to go to Switzerland, and you go to Japan, and you want to keep seeing. Are you with me? Second, the eye is not changing, but the scenery keeps on changing. Everybody's life keeps on changing. You're changing everything. You go to the same vegetable market, some other vegetable has come, and like that, it's continuously changing. Now, eye is seeing that mind is now, what was it? First, I was seeing, I was the seer, and seen was changing. Now, you close your eyes. Who knows I've closed my eye? Eye doesn't know. Have you realized? You cannot see your own eye. Why? Have you ever thought of it? This is Vedantic truth. You can never see your own eye. You can never see your own consciousness. What does that mean? Sounds tricky, no? It's not. If I show you an Alfonso mango and say this is the Alfonso mango, have you eaten it? You say yes. I said, tell me, how does it taste? How does it taste? So you will say sweet, maybe sour, maybe juicy, maybe pulpy. You'll be surprised in the English dictionary, go back and check it out. There are no other words to explain the taste of a mango. Sweet, sour, juicy and pulpy. Fifth one is actually means both of them, called tangy. Tangy is sweet and sour. There are no other words. Now, can't believe, no? Dig it out. I'm asking, what about cherries? What about plums? What about peaches? What about nectarines? What about oranges? What about raspberry and gooseberry and blueberry and blackberries? They're all sweet, sour, juicy, pulpy. What's the difference? This is what I'm trying to talk about, that content-based learning, what you and I have done, is that. Your children are doing different. They call consciousness-based, called concept. So what do they do? What do we do? We say, you want to know what it tastes like? Come, I'll give it to you. So he eats the mango. Now I take away the mango and I say, now I'm going to close your eyes. I tie up his eyes. And I give him, let's say, 5-6 fruits. A banana, an apple, like that. And give him a piece of mango also, same elephant. Will he know which was the elephant, the mango? He will never forget it in his life. Nor did you forget how to walk, how to swim, what did the vanilla ice cream taste like? You have not forgotten. Why? Because you experienced it. So, what does Buddha say? Realization. What is realization? Experiencing. So now, eye is closed. Who's experiencing my eyes closed? I need a speck. I got a headache. My stomach is paining. I'm hungry. I'm not hungry. I feel like going out. Who is doing that? It's that mind is realizing. Eye is closed. So now mind has become the seer and eye has become the seen. Notice how we are traveling. First, objects of the world was the seen, eye was the seer. Now eye itself has become the seen and mind has become the seer. Now, you suddenly say, for me to understand, not possible. I'm not that brilliant. Who's saying that? I'm the angry type. Oh my God, I hate that guy called Shah Rukh Khan. Who's saying it? Your mind is saying it. Who's realizing it? Something called human consciousness. If you're in coma, if you're dead, there is no consciousness in you. So the variety of consciousness is realization is the awareness driving. How do we do it? Very simple, not complicated at all. But we have to take up that path. We are going ahead with this. We will talk more and more on this. So you cannot teach a child any more than you can grow a plant. Why? The plant knows how to grow. The consciousness in the plant, consciousness in the seed is there to grow an apple, not a mango. Apple seed will grow an apple, not an orange. If the consciousness in the program, your child is programmed to be successful, then why is it you and I are not? Why is it you and I were 30, 40, 60, 100 type variety? Some are successful, some are not. Because somebody else told you. Remember when you made one spelling mistake? You were told to write it 100 times. This was the ancient British principle which was brought in. Why did they do it? You'll be amazed. This is there, I put it on the website also. Found out through my research. They did it to make you and me dumb, not want to read, not want to write, not love mathematics. Have you noticed? We all know mathematics called arithmetic, no? We know. How many do you know who loves mathematics? Today, our maths run is bank statement, pay slip, profit and loss account, share market, budget, maybe foreign exchange or gold value. That's it. How much is it for me? How much my house cost? That's it. So everything, we have got it limited to that. It is not love for learning, love for reading, love for writing, love for something, love for doing, love for wanting to know. That desired development is called the consciousness coming in. Now look at everything today. Supposing you are a software professional, or you're a teacher, or you're a cricket player. Sachin Tendulkar had thought about playing cricket. Thought. And he wanted to learn. He didn't want to go to school. Mommy didn't give up on him. You and me, Mommy of Sachin Tendulkar, we would have lagaed danda or something. Come on, you have to go to school. You think, I'm going to take care of you all my life? These are the words you and I have grown up listening to them, more or less. No? Exams are coming up, we didn't study. We were doing masti, we were having fun. And children are supposed to do that. So what did our parents and teachers say? Don't want to study. Don't study. You'll become a tanga wala, rickshaw wala. Recollect? You'll become Madhu or Bindu. Who's Madhu or Bindu? Maybe a jharu wali or quick cook or something like that. All of us have heard this. In other words, what were we told? Learning in the school is for earning money. That's what our kids are talking. If you don't learn well, don't do well in the exam, who's going to support you? We're saying now, in every child there is a potential. Seek that. Don't label them. Dhadak, stamped, bad boy. And you and I grew up believing, I'm good in maths, I'm very bad in English. At home, child comes home. Mama, 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 I have got this project, I have to do this project. You say, what is it? Mama, I have to make this little factory and where I'm going to produce this. He said, Beta, Papa is very good. You wait till Papa comes. In other words, what you're telling your child, I'm not good. In other words, what you're telling him, it's alright not to be good. After all, Mommy is not good, no? He comes, Dad, I have to write this composition. He said, what composition? What is the petroleum crisis of the country, India? He said, Beta, I'll tell you a little bit about it, but better you go to Mommy. You know, she's very good in English. What am I telling my child? What should you do? You should say, hey, champion, you know what? I also don't know. Come on, you and me, we'll find it together. Let's sit. Start. Right now I'm up to my neck. Let's do it after half an hour, 1 hour, something like that. You know, allocate. Expectations, aspirations are the ingredients which we are taking. My child will do good in studies. After all, my child. We are talking about aspirations, our desires, wishes, our goals. My child will come first in his classes, all the classes. We need to assess our expectation. We are saying expect nothing but the perfection. I was talking to these kids. We have every year DP2 and MBP5, very powerful result. We don't advertise it. You will not find it anywhere. I'll show it to you, some of the documents. You will see it. You will see it today. What they're doing, believe me, I can't believe it myself. That is the power which is hiding in yours and my kid, in my own home, and we don't know about it. I'm saying, start becoming what? Aware. Just become conscious. It's possible. So, we'll do good in studies. It's possible for everyone, leads to a positive outcome. Don't worry. Tu karega. This is what Shivaji's mother told Shivaji. Do you know that? Shivaji was sent away by Jijabata when he was only 8 months and some days old. Away from her. Please read, in this state, 150 miles away from her. Her own parent, her in-laws, her husband fought with her. Are you crazy? What are you doing, 8 months old baby? She said, he's not born to become another one like us. He's born to be a leader. Is it? Come on. She didn't listen. Dadaji Kondre took him away. You know, she used to meet, he used to meet. Imagine 150 miles, those days in the horse's chariot, must be taking 15-20 days to go and come back. When he was about 15 years of age, they used to keep meeting every year, a couple of times. This time he came and he said, Mother, you keep saying I'm going to be a world leader, but how? I'm so short, I'm so small. She said, who said you're small? She said, look at me, Mama, I'm only 4 feet 10 inches tall. I'm so small. She said, wait. She gave a signal. Senapati brought that white big horse. Came into the courtyard. She said, climb up. He was very good, athletic. He jumped up. He said, look at yourself, how tall you are now. That's the vision you and I have to give it to them. They will be filled with doubt. There will be people who will say, you can't do it, you're a monkey, you're a donkey. How many of us were called? Gada. Now, how can a human child suddenly become Gada? They do when you take them to a traditional school, traditional way of development. They will go by your number. Is it 60 or 90? 90? Okay, good. Very nice. How much marks did you get? And this is what is happening from the college to outside. And what you will say? After all, outside colleges and universities and engineering and IIT, all they want is that number. Isn't it, sir? Apparently it is so, but it is not so. After all, look at it carefully. The whole country is packing and growing every day in number of IB World School. Why is it? And people like Mercedes-Benz, Dhirubhai Ambani, Singapore International charging huge amount of money. Can't believe. The people are going down there and joining. If this is so, why should they do that? So it is our not knowing. They will, and they will do very well, wherever you wish to. Only thing is, one thing you need to be aware as a parent today, 6 years from today, 9 years, 10 years from today, 2028, 2029, the world is not going to be doctors and engineers and IIT and something. So what will it be? How do you know? I don't know. But I'm reading the research done by Bill and Melinda Gates by Carl Fish. I'm reading. Go to Wikipedia. Go to the researches done by the world educators. What could be the world? It's totally different. And that world is not on numbers. It's on your competency. It's on you what you can think, how you can solve problems. If we can teach our children how to do that and bring out that power from within to say that actually I don't know, but give me 2 days, I'll tell you how to do it. He has the competency. Success comes in, I can. 14 karat gold piece. Mommy said it's only 14 karat. Mommy said, you wanted 24 karat? Okay. She takes the 14 karat, the grandma puts it in the fire. She's a great jeweler. Puts it in the fire, and that 14 karat piece must be saying, I don't want, I'm very happy with the 14 karat. She is not listening. She takes it out and now beats it. You must have seen people purify. And that 14 karat piece must be screaming. She puts it again on fire. Again takes it out. Again beats it. And now it is 18 karat. He said, I'm very happy now. I'm 18 karat. I'm okay. Like you and me, we are 18 karat. We are middle class. Grandma won't let go. Or mommy. Or daddy. Again puts it in fire. Now takes it out. Puts it into aqua regia. HNO3. Sulfuric and nitric acid. 1:3. Remember? Chemistry classes. Puts it. Whole body is burning up that 18 karat. I don't want it, mommy. Come on, let me go. Mommy's got a glint in her eye. She's not saying anything. And now he comes out. He is 24 karat. And now what does he say? I am the Spider-Man. I can do anything. Mommy gently smiles. Daddy smiles. They don't know what mommy and daddy did to make it 24 karat. You understand? So that have faith in them. This beating is, by the way, is not beating as in the traditional school, is reprimand and punishment. This beating is the what Jija Mata did to Shivaji. Expectations, understanding who you truly are. So, my child will first come first in the class. Not possible for everyone, leads to unnecessary pressure and disappointment, but you might not know what she can become. something else. So don't seek perfection in children, seek. Don't seek, but seek perfection. Everyone has. And we are doing what? Neighbor's wife, neighbor's husband is better than mine. We always see beauty on the other. Other side of the grass is always greener. Because we are not seeing that perfection within. And this is what Vedanta is talking about. Nayam atma balahinana labdade. Success true is not for the weak person. When you give up, you're not going to. Success will only come when you're strong mentally, making the children feel good and strong. It's okay. This is the way. We're talking about true success comes from purity, perseverance, and patience. Purity, truth. Persevere, don't give up. And patience, result will come. Which is the way to Mumbai? This is the way, Old Bombay Road, this is the expressway. I want to take expressway. Let's take, just for the comparison, this is a traditional schooling system, this is an IB schooling system. I want to take the expressway. I said, okay, you know it goes to Mumbai. It will reach you to Mumbai. You have to be patient. You have to persevere. You have to keep on driving. But supposing you said, Kasoli, let's spend 1 week now here. It's a nice place. You're going to get dissuaded now. Or let's go to cafe coffee day. And you suddenly start eating and he said, nice. I feel very sleepy while driving. Let me sleep for a while in the car. It happened to me. We went to Shirdi Sai Baba and while coming back, it was quite late and we had left at 3:30 in the morning. I was very sleepy and I was driving. I could see my eyes are not going to. Now I am a fight pilot. I said, if your body is not, rest. So I told everybody, listen, I'm going to stop here for a while. And there were 5-6 cars. I said, all of you, if you're okay, you go ahead or you wait. So we stopped. I slept for 15 minutes and then I said, okay, I'm fresh now. Let's go. Yeah, you and I have to realize where is it, which child, what is the issue, and understand it and guide it. Take professional advice. Seek. So, we want our children to be successful. We say, sun will rise in your horizon if you, purity, perfection, perseverance, with patience. Most people assume that true success is essentially material, that it can be measured in money, prestige, or an abundance of possessions. These certainly can play a role, but having them does not guarantee of success. The success we want our children to achieve has to be defined in many non-material ways as well. Keeping spirituality away from our lives is a mistake. Oprah Winfrey in America, in a Friday show, she's saying it on the TV. You know, she's one of the richest lady in the world. She's saying, how can you start a day without meditation? And you and I are pretty happy. What is meditation? It's just assuring yourself, focusing that consciousness, power to hold on to it, the reserve the rest of the day. Just like you check your mobile is charged before you start the day, or you got money in your purse because you're going out, or you got your credit card. Just like that. You make sure your car is got the diesel or the petrol. Just like that. Start your day. You'll be surprised very soon. Maybe 6 days, maybe 6 weeks, maybe 6 months. I don't know, depending on your past karma and the current karma. You will see, as you go into the traffic light, it will turn green. You say, "Arey, what? I'm very lucky. Railway gate, going up." You have done meditation. You know, I'm not joking, I'm serious. It's happening to me every day, every moment. All you and I have to do is start to taste it, show it to our kids. You can. So, Keeping spirituality away from our daily lives and away from success has been a mistake and has its profound effect. What is it? Suffering, sickness, disease. This is what Krishna is telling Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Those of you seen it, read it. Samsara duksha sarvasa. It's filled with suffering. What is Buddha saying? Buddha is saying, Anityam, Anityam, Anityam. It is not, you can't expect it to continue. He's saying, Shunyam, Shunyam, Shunyam. It is zero. He's saying, Duksham, Duksham, Duksham. It is all suffering. We all get a little bit of happiness, joy, and we hold on to that, and there is a little suffering. I have to work hard, I have to deal with it. And these are, suddenly we say, oh my God, what happened? My knees are now paining, my back is ache, I got diabetes, and I got a heart attack. What happened? Whatever money you earned, work very hard, now you spend 50, 60, 100% of that money to recover your health back. What life is it? The parody is, we spent years from childhood on hard work so as to earn a lot of money and have physical possessions, but lose our physical health and spiritual health and emotional well-being and bliss, and then spend the same money to get back our well-being. All you have to do is realize it. Alfonso Mango. Taste it. So, your children are not your children. They are the sons and the daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. Say, what do you mean? Mera ladka. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts. For they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls. For their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, even if your wildest of dreams. You can't. You may strive to be like them, but do not make them like you. For life goes not backwards, not tarries with yesterday. You are bows from which your children are living arrows are sent forth to life. You're the bow. You're a bow, bow and arrow. You're the bow. Your children are the arrows. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite. You're the bow. Children are the arrow. The archer, who's the archer now? Is somebody else apparently. And he bends you with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness. The archer has put the arrow onto the bow, which is you as the parent. Arrow is the child, and has put it and has pulled the string. So this is the bending of the archer's hand. Be for gladness. So he loves, and the bow is stable. This is the seer and the seen. This arrow bending of the archer's hand is the supreme cosmic energy, unified field, God, Allah, Christ, Krishna, Divine Mother, call him by any name. Jal, Pani, Tanni, water, you in French, everything is water. Everything is that supreme energy. And it's inside you and me. Only thing we don't taste it, we don't realize it, and we go on and on and on. Imagine an ocean. We are like that. This is an ocean. Where's the water? Ocean. Lots of waves. Some are small bubbles, some are little froth, some are little bigger, some are little bigger. I am tsunami bigger. So, you and I are like those waves in the ocean of life. Now, understand, reflect. The water of the wave and the water of the ocean are one. But the water of the wave does not have the depth of the ocean. Does it? No. Ocean has tremendous wealth. All those pearls and gold and jewelry and petroleum and fish and oceanic life and marine life, everything is there in the ocean. But the wave doesn't. And what is wave doing? Wave is restless. It's moving, moving, moving. And coming and slamming into the shore, and again going back, and again becoming a wave, again coming and slamming, and again going back. This is what you and I are doing, ma'am, sir. We are getting birth and again dying, as per the ancient Hindu philosophy. You're taking birth, you're dying at the shore, and going back. So there is a wave called Robbin Ghosh wave. And he's having fun with his family and children and friends and colleagues. The friend says, "Hey, can you see that line?" So Robbin Ghosh wave says, "Yeah, I can see that. What is it?" He said, "That's a shoreline." He said, "Shoreline? What happens there?" So the friend says, "You're going to die there." I said, "Die? What is die?" He said, "You don't know. You will not become a wave anymore." I said, "Really? I don't believe you." He said, "Yes." I said, "What will I become?" He said, "You'll become water." I said, "I don't believe you. What is water?" He said, "You don't know what is water? Come on, touch yourself. Touch inside, touch on top, touch at the bottom. You're only water." I said, "I don't believe you. I'm not water, I'm a wave. I'm Dhirubhai Ambani. I'm Robbin Ghosh." So my friend gets bored. This guy doesn't want to, he's fighting with me. He goes away. Another friend comes. He said, "Why are you looking worried?" Robbin Ghosh wave said, "Hey, that friend told me just now I'm going to die there." He said, "That is true, because he's a Vedantic wave." He said, "That is true." I said, "Really? I'm going to die there?" He said, "Yes, you're going to die there." I said, "But I don't want to die." He said, "That is possible." I said, "Really? What do I have to do?" He said, "Become still." I said, "What?" He said, "Become still, become silent." Still and silent. Imagine a wave in the ocean suddenly becomes still and silent. What does the wave become now? It becomes the ocean. It becomes the water of the ocean. In other words, it becomes the ocean. This is when you realize, when you understand, you become Buddha, you become Jesus, you become Paramahansa, Mahavir Jain, Guru Nanak, Guru Govind. And thousands of years our masters are telling, still become silent. Still and silent. Imagine a wave in the ocean suddenly becomes still and silent. What does the wave become now? It becomes the ocean. It becomes the water of the ocean. In other words, it becomes the ocean. This is when you realize, when you understand, you become Buddha, you become Jesus, you become Paramahansa, Mahavir Jain, Guru Nanak, Guru Govind. And thousands of years our masters are telling, become still, become silent. We are saying bring a balance. Western with Eastern. Western science with Eastern Vedanta. Bring them together. Nobel laureates, you'll be surprised when the Nobel Prize winning announce result and all that. They have a one-day session. You'll be amazed. It is done by Eckhart Tolle, a German. You would read his book, it's very famous. And you know what he does the session on? You'll be amazed, shocked. I was shocked on Bhagavad Gita. Telling the world, you and I need to become still and silent. Start your day. Bring a balance. You can't say, okay, I'm going to sleep and God will give me everything. Now, you have to do your work. Children will have to do something. They have to take the step for the 100-meter dash. So you have to also learn to be still. Called reflection. Called collaborative learning. Talking to each other. Develop relationship. So, together. Balancing. Seer and the sea. I've already talked about it. Understand that. So eventually it is the consciousness which is seeing the mind. Now understand something. What makes you say, I'm the angry type? What makes you say, I'm okay? Guys like me, I also like guys. What makes you say, I don't like people, I like to be alone? Especially those times. Who is that? Now there is our five senses, there is mind, which in turn through the five senses, through the brain comes to your mind. The mind analyzes it, and there is something called consciousness which you saw. Vedanta is saying there is something else, and that is called reflective consciousness. What is reflective consciousness? Borrowed from consciousness a little bit, which is working with your mind. Is it getting too tough? Quite simple. That reflective consciousness makes you say, I am like that. I got lower back pain. Why? I am like that. My father had diabetes, I am going to have diabetes. My mommy always wore specs, I am going to wear specs. You and I condition our mind. There are two things in this. You all have heard about the word pranayam. What is that? It is to control. Ayam is control, prana is the life force, which is, you and I believe, it is the way we breathe. It's not true. That's Ramdevji Hatha Yoga will tell you. But the Vedanta talks about, it is not the breath which is controlling prana. It is the prana is controlling the breath. The prana in your lung tells you, breathe like this. And like that you're controlling prana. What is prana? Everything in this universe, consciousness through the prana is making things happen. Now, the best part is what I learned. You can control that prana. How will that railway traffic light go up? Or the bridge will go up? You'll be surprised to hear this. It took me some time to realize it. It is what you think. Your thoughts control the prana. What you think is what happens. Look at yourself, whatever you are. You thought, you and mommy or daddy both said, let's have a baby. You thought, you got a baby. Why some people didn't get the baby? Because they said, what if I get aborted? You're starting a business and you say, what if I fail? Business doesn't run very well because you're not giving the energy. This one, this computer, this light, the air condition, everything is different. Correct? But everything has got something common called electricity. This plays different role, this plays different role. Now look, you're wearing, let's say, a gold wristwatch or a gold bangle. Think. If I take away the gold from your gold bangle, will the bangle stay? Where will the bangle be? I am taking away the gold from the bangle. I am not touching the bangle, I am keeping the bangle. Is the bangle going to be there? No. The gold is the one which is made into a bangle. If I take away the gold, where's the bangle? So, if you take away the consciousness from you, where is you and I? So, what is it? Name and form. It is not real. What is real is the consciousness. So, reflective consciousness is apparently appearing to be the one, but true is the consciousness. What does it mean? Let's take a mirror. I look at my face at the mirror. Have you ever realized you cannot see your own eye? You don't see your own face. You can see your hand, you can see your legs, but you can't see your face. Barring a little bit of nose and maybe. Why? To see your face you need a mirror. That mirror is the mind, and the consciousness through the mind is seeing yourself. I am like that. Not complicated. Understand, very simple. What's the problem in that? The problem is the mirror, which is the mind, can be broken, can be dirty, can be cracked, can be very clean and shining. I am smart, I am crank, I am good. So what is it? Your consciousness, which is perfect and pure and intensely powerful, is reflected by that mirror. That mirror is your mind. And this is why ancient Vedanta is saying change the mind. How do you do that for your children? It's okay to sit down and listen. All you have to do is tell them you can. Child realizes it. I'm telling you, about 24 years ago, one mother came, bishop school child. So he's very shy, he's very timid. So, can you change him? I said, I won't, God will change him, but sure, let's start. So I said, come on. Now, we had a big bungalow in Koregaon Park where the school started. I said, come, we'll go out, and we were walking around, and I suddenly saw one mango tree. And mango tree, the branches started out from just about that much from the ground. Thick branch, unique, generally small. This trunk must be very old. So I said, come on, would you like to climb that? As I told him, would you like to climb that? He looked at mommy. Mommy said, ja beta. So he went, he caught hold of the trunk. Just think, it's only this much. He's about 7-8 years of age. He put his one leg halfway through and again looking at mommy. Mommy said, come on. Mommy came, come on, I'll help you. And now he's gone into the trunk. I said, come on, climb. He looked at mommy. You know what mommy did? I said, mommy, do you really want him to change? She said, yes. I said, please go inside. You are not allowed to be here. She said, no, I'll not do it. I said, please go inside. I'll give him back to you after 30-40 days. You know, this monkey, I still remember his name. In about 6 to 9 months' time, we got 4 British citizens from South Africa. Father was moving around the world, and he came 4 sons. And they were really like monkeys. They were so bad, so spoiled. Nothing could you think about that they could. When they came to the school, they wouldn't even come to the classroom. They used to go straight to the tree and sit there on top, like a monkey. Teacher came and said, sir, how do I teach them? They're not even coming to the class. I said, you shift the class. She said, how? I said, sit under the tree, put a mat, and sit down there and start reading. And slowly, like a monkey, they also came down and starting to look like this. And slowly those guys also came. And you know, in this boy, he defeated them in climbing the trees and jumping out from there in about a year or so. He defeated them. All we kept on telling, you can. And those South African English boys, after about 4 years, they were getting back to North South Africa, to England. Mommy came and said, she was a great chef. She said, sir, I'm going to take them, but your education, your this, will it work there? I'm going to go and seek admissions now in England, and they're very tough. I said, what you do, you go and take their assessment and come back and tell me how did it go. So she went 3-4 months before just to assess all the 4 boys. Went from one of those where England was not a holiday, India was a holiday. And she rang me up from there. She said, sir, they've done very well, but my principal is saying, your son is only 10 years old. How can I put him into the 6th grade? Now he had cleared 5th grade with me. I said, why? What's she saying? He said, our 6th graders are 13 to 14 years old. They have girlfriends and boyfriends. How can I put this young boy 10 years old there? What do I answer her? I said, ma'am, you go and ask the principal, do you check the human consciousness power of the brain by hand or teeth or by age? You check them for whatever they are, and if you think they're skillful, then why should you? Principal understood that and fell for it. They got admission. You'll be surprised. Our senior KG boys got a second grade admission. The first grader got a third grade admission, and this boy got one grade higher. I'm talking about that's the potential in some of those. I got so many examples. They're your kids. I'll show you some more. So, can our kids know everything? What is 1 plus 1? And things like that. Infinite plus infinity. Like that. We need to teach our kids, and learning how to learn is the most important thing to learn. I want to learn. What? Anything? Make an omelette? I want to learn. Tighten the screwdriver. Open up a computer. Nowadays, looks pretty tricky scene, no? It is very simple. Parental engagement in supportive learning at home in the single post is a potent factor, is showing. My involvement in my child's learning. What are already doing? What can I do better? What can I start doing? We're talking about reading in class, going to trips, parental meeting, parental involvement like some of you are doing it so nice, with schooling. Stay in touch, find out more, talk about it, ask the impossible question. Impossible is I am possible. Impossible. Vedanta's first principle, Mahavakya, everything is possible. Everything can. Parental engagement with children's learning, moral support, interest in learning, guidance. You know what? I didn't know, but today I know. Change the focus. Education, learning is the highest. So take them across from schooling to education to learning. Role of parents. Education is wider than schooling, but learning is much more wider. And parents are the first and the most important teachers who knowingly or unknowingly help the children learn. But sometimes kids learn from parents what parents do not want them to learn. Night, daddy lovingly brings a glass of milk and gives it to mommy. Mommy takes the glass, says thank you, smile, and going to drink. Oh, it has got cream. You know I don't like cream. Daddy said, okay, come on, I'll remove it. Morning, mommy is telling the children, beta, drink your milk, eat the cream, it will give you good muscle. Train, phone call comes. Daddy picks up the phone. Mommy, this is Dr. Ghosh. Dr. Ghosh, he's going to eat up my head. Tell him I'm not there. Child is listening to you. Are you with me? So, you and I need to become that Satyameva Jayate. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahman. And you and I have that possibility. The parents need to go beyond giving information and helping. This all the time. You are learning too. I also don't know. Let's find it out. You know what? I'm jealous. I keep telling our kids. Yesterday I was telling them, you know guys, I'm really jealous of you guys. And they all were laughing. Why, sir? I said, champion, I wish I had your education. I would be somebody great today. Honestly, you and I, when we think and look at our kids, I say, wow, look at these kids. I'll show you a little bit about the wow, little while, another few minutes. So, this can only happen if the focus seat is from schooling to learning. That's it. Way to go. Make a team. Learn. So help your children learn from daily activities. Child to calculate, let's say, anything. Dad, let's go for KFC, McDonald's. Okay, sure. Have games, gig day, G-I-C day. What is it? Gentleman in charge or girl in charge. You got two kids, one boy, one girl. Okay, tell the girl, listen, your duty is Saturday and your duty son is on Sunday. You make the plan. So what is it? Girl in charge for Saturday. Make a plan. What are we going to do? Where are we going to eat? Naturally, there's a pizza. It's okay. How much are we going to spend? Whether 16, 17 years old or 5, 6, 7 years old. Younger ones will look at you. I don't know. Come on, find out. How do I find out? Come on, most of the kids know now. They Google it. Or what is this? Some apps are there, you can order from there. Or find out, ring up McDonald's. What is the cost? What do you recommend? How much is the cost? How much is the money required? What are they doing? Budgeting, planning, teaching them from just taking in every example of day to day. Just say, you know what, I as daddy didn't know anything. You're so powerful, you're so lucky. What you're telling him, you are better than me. Honestly, I didn't know. I honestly tell my kids, you're far ahead of me. So, express a love for learning. So, expectations. Provide tools and drafts at home. Family, unplug. Stay together. There's a beautiful statement. Family which sleeps together, eats together, and goes to washroom together, stay together. Husband and wife, we go to the washroom together, they stay together. And those who bang the door, they soon enough split away. We're talking about self. Visit all days, find out wherever it is, learn, have fun. These are small and big, depending on the age group, talk about it. So, education is not for preparation for life, education is life. Amartya Sen, when he came from Nobel Prize, Advani, then Home Minister, and Atal Bihari Vajpayee was Prime Minister. There's a beautiful article, a half-page Indian Express, I still have it. They asked Amartya, okay, now you're the Nobel laureate economics. Please tell me how to change Indian economy. Give me 3 points, I'm going to start the budget. He said, yes sir, Prime Minister, education. So, Prime Minister Atal Bihari told Advani, please note kiya jaye. So he wrote it down. He said, yes Amartya, what's the next point? Amartya said, sir, education. So, Atal Bihari thought that Amartya thinks he has missed hearing his first point, education. He said, Amartya, I know the first point is education, but the second point? He said, Prime Minister, it is education. So, as per the article, Atal Bihari laughed. He chuckled. And he said, okay Amartya, education, education, what the third point? He said, education. See, yours and my life, actually to understand, for ourselves, for anything. You want to take up a new job, you have to educate yourself, to equip to go to that. Children too. Swami Vivekananda said the same thing. Education, education, education is the only answer. So it is not life, it is the life. So as adults, we think there are no such things. But when I wish to, remember the genie I talked about in the beginning? This is the genie. Discovering the secret power from within every child is schooling, is parenting. Our kids are no longer the people as we were in the school. Please start to reflect on it. They have extended brains, the huge computer, internet. So instead of become first, you see this, act, accomplish, become, build your future, creative, bank account, we are saying improve, inspire. Instead of become first, join together. Make, what did Infosys do? Krishnamurti, make the team win. Automatically he is one of the richest guy because he's part of the team. You can do anything in the Googles today. Why do we go to school then? You can learn it at home. So, academic education is not enough. That's why you go to school. There's something else. Because it underestimates our kids tremendously, particularly traditional schools. They will say, is that the way you spell Mesopotamia? You monkey, you donkey. Remember how we were told? We were not studying. They told, you'll become tangawala, rikshawala. We are saying, it's a fundamental error to think, if we just change the academic education, and perhaps a few skill like cricket or tennis or chess or maybe designing or computers, all would be well. It's a mistake. It's time for, please watch, change the perspective. It looks upside down. Everybody will say, IB is only for those who want to go abroad. That's ignorance. IB is to find out with Vedanta coupled who you are, what you can do, and what all qualities, power do you have in you. Our times demand to education that goes beyond the academic education. To better the world, it is important to understand that in terms of skills taught, what is being taught in a traditional school is extremely narrow. This is what we learn. So, you and I studied Charles Law, Boyle's Law. Do you remember them? Extremely narrow. Needs does not fully exist anywhere. What our children need education, what kind of environment we should give it to them, it doesn't exist anywhere. You will say, Dr. Ghosh, you should have told me this before, I wouldn't have even sat here. What are we doing? Come on, you ate up my 2 hours. We are saying, you and I can create it. We can. We are doing it. Who are these kids? Look at this. These are the kids I'm talking about. I'm talking about that prepares them for the world they will live in. Look at these kids. These are our kids. Currents, systems, knowledge. Examples. I'm going to show you your kid now. Look at this. This is just about 2 weeks ago, our NYP 5 students put up. Exploring their passion, real world accomplishment. You know what Abhinash did? School kid organizing pickleball tournament to make his favorite speech together. You know what is pickleball? Pickleball is a badminton and table tennis. He's mixed the two and made a new game and called pickleball, and it is already catching up. He trained our kids. He had a competition also. New game created. Could you and I, honestly ma'am, did you ever think of it? I could never think of it. I said, you monkey, how did you think of it? I don't know, sir. It just came to my mind. Just watch. These are our kids. Student designing solar powered electrical bike. Can you think? 7 months they took. Real world accomplishment examples. Kids using technology powerfully. These are our kids. High school kids building high-tech drone. He said, sir, can you see that guy from here up there, 5th floor? That guy with the motor car repair shop, painting shop, there is one outside. You want to take a picture? I'll send him. He'll take the picture and come back. Who are they? Honestly, sir, ma'am, I was amazed when every time I have tears in my eyes. 14-year-old helping farmers to reduce the death of broiler chicken. He's made 7 months of research and brought it to the farmers. They're giving it to them. Can you think of it? Who are these kids? High school student organizing dance competition for the underprivileged kid. That was one of his projects. And held a competition. And just 15-20 days back, I don't know, some of you must have seen it. I sent notice to everybody, come and watch what your kids are doing. This is where your younger kids are going. School student tutoring and helping entrepreneurs to succeed. Can you believe? Caring teen translating stories in Braille for blind kids. Can you think of it? Just imagine, I'm telling you, when I was listening to them, I was thinking, such a monkey, Robbin Ghosh never thought about all this. And your kids are doing it. They're creating history. School going teen helping others cope up with the feeling of fear. This child had fear of water. He says, how I got out of it now, I help everybody. He is running classes today, how people can get out of fear of various things. Who are they? A 15-year-old kid? Teen, making short film to create awareness about sociopaths. 10th standard kid, design better and comfortable basketball shoes using latest design technology. Can you believe? You can jump higher and better, and when you land, there is no shock. 10th standard kids designing wind turbine. These are all your kids. 10th standard kid exploring ways to generate electricity. You know this gentleman who you see here, he's an air commodore from Indian Air Force. He came and said, Dr. Ghosh, I am from the Air Force and I never could think about all this. High school kids designing an automated traffic barrier. Teens shooting and producing, every one of them your kids, a documentary on historic Raigad Fort. Learning and teaching traditional dance forms. Bharatanatyam, she's teaching. And middle school kid designing furniture by re-engineering waste newspaper, making furniture out of that. So, infrastructure, historic preservations, healthcare, helping government and peers. These are the kids. Just imagine, where are these going to be another 10 years from today? If they continue to go on the right way, that's why I say complete DP. DP is when the 10th standard kids will crystallize. Time for deserve to use their new abilities. To add value and improve their personal, local and global communities. Accomplishment, real world, long-time projects, service projects. Talking about we need to do so much more. So, we have heard towards a new education matrix with real world accomplishment. Real world accomplishment is what will enable our future kids to succeed. So, nothing helps than self-esteem and self-confidence like actual doing it, accomplishment, completed. So, today we are shortchanging both our students and ourselves, deeply underestimating what our kids now capable of and the value that they can now do with the world. Our kids are already starting to do this on their own. You just saw some example. Look at this. Look at them. This is the real world. Job is to make them even more powerful to a supporting curriculum of thinking, action, relationship, accomplishment. Notice there are no academics in that. But if you're good in them, academics follow you. Lakshmi will run after you if you're good in the Saraswati. So because subjects are needed in different amounts by each student, generalized skills needed as much as possible by every student, and what is success? Why do we come to school? Think. Learning is not for earning money. It's to build a good character and lifelong skill. Vedanta Vidaibi automatically becomes aware of the consciousness and truth. Yesterday when I was speaking, there must have been 60 kids in this room. I had about 45 minutes, an hour. At the end of it, there were quite a few others that were attending. So I asked them, how do you think the kids, did they like it? One of the kids said, sir, you should talk to us every week, every 10 days. I said, why? He said, sir, when you talk to us, we feel like as if somebody is whacking our bottom and we feel like doing better. I said, yes, it's a very good idea. But isn't it better that you learn to back your own bottom? How long are you going to make me back your bottom? You have to do it yourself. That's the journey of the schooling and parenting. So, notice, emphasis on knowing yourself. consciousness, self-worth. Who am I? Respecting the freedom of students. Meditation, character. This yoga, controlling your mind. Value-based learning. Now, concept-based teaching. They will sound like that. So what are we saying? The deepest desire in parents' heart is to see one child achieve success. But this success is not only there. We think there are no such thing. Use it or lose it. You have to start to use that brain. Did you know this? It's called 500 GB memory, and we think we buy it and use it, we don't lose it, the potential. Did you know that if you have to do is update the system, program it, and it should be as good as new? That is a computer which I have not used for 6 years. So imagine a child locked for 15 years. Computer late, let's say I leave it like this, the computer. After 15 days if I come and operate, it will work okay. But if I tie up your hand or a child's hand like this for 15 days, will you be able to operate it? Muscle atrophy sets in. Same thing is brain atrophy, attitude, mind is dwarfing us. So the world our kids are going to live in is changing 4 times faster than our local school. Schools should be the best part in town here. At 5 o'clock, 5:30, mommy is saying, come on, 5 minutes more. They want to go. So, learning how to learn. Education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. Vivekananda's words. All you have to do is little cleansing, polishing, belief in them. What we want is the Western side coupled with Vedanta. This is Vivekananda's word. I happen to be blessed to open that page and read it. Immediately I believed in it, and we started Vedanta with IB. Everybody told me, you're a fool. Who understands Vedanta? I said, I also don't. He said, how will you do it? I said, let me start studying. And today you'll be surprised, for the last almost 15 years, I'm doing Vedanta sessions every Sunday. I didn't know anything. Really. So, you too can. There is a beautiful serial I used to watch a long time ago, maybe 30 years ago. His name was Yang, TV serial. And in that, he is a great Chinese cook. So, he is to have this session called If Yang Can Cook, You Can Too. That was the name of the session. I remember that till today, 30 years ago. He said, if I can cook, you can too. He said, I learned from my mother. I didn't know how to cook. So, this is what we're talking about. That all of us, Victorious Kids, working together all along to provide this kind of education. We're giving this Vedanta coupled with quality IB education to all our students. Evaluation, professional development, walking the talk. We have to do that. You know, that purification, truth, power, we have to do it. This is IB research coupled with 6,000 years of Vedantic knowledge, and they're coupled together. The International Baccalaureate IB offers high quality program, leaders in the field. So why International Baccalaureate? Education is not an alternative to a national education. It is an ocean of discoveries of knowingness within the child. So IB has nothing to do with the international syllabus. It is to do with you. Who is that you? The child. IB education refocuses on national education by reflecting it in the minds of the global economy that is sustained by global communication. Look at India today. It's going global. Whether you go to American work or in Indian work, you have to deal with those people in India too. And as per Wikipedia and Bill Gates prediction, I put it in our website, 2028, India will go past American economy behind China. Meaning China will go past with India behind by 2020, 1 year to go as per Wikipedia. And 2020 to 2028, India is going to go past China and will be number one. You can see it is happening. The world's largest Samsung mobile making factory is in Gurgaon. I didn't even know about it. When I read it, I said, wow. So, why IB? You all had lots of idea, concepts, talking about that inner discipline. That every child matters. You are aware of all this. So, inquiry-based learning, always to do with the mugging up. But these kids are also topping the world in so-called academic examinations. Focuses on learning how to learn. ATL skill, ATL stands for attitude to learning. Community service, think global, talking about service and action. Research skills. This is the middle year, you saw the middle year, how they did the projects. That's the final year. Research question, extended essay. You know, the lady who came to inaugurate the show, she's an IB examiner. An IB workshop leader, trainer, had come here for a... He is already catching up. He trained our kids, he had a competition also. New game created. Could you and I, honestly ma'am, did you ever think of it? I could never think of it. I said, you monkey, how did you think of it? I don't know, sir. It just came to my mind. Just watch. These are our kids. Student designing solar-powered electrical bike. Can you think? 7 months they took. Real-world accomplishment examples. Kids using technology powerfully. These are our kids. High school kids building high-tech drone. He said, sir, can you see that guy from here up there, 5th floor? That guy who the motor car repair shop, painting shop, there is one outside. You want to take a picture? I'll send him. He'll take the picture and come back. Who are they? Honestly, sir, ma'am, I was amazed when every time I have tears in my eyes. 14-year-old helping farmers to reduce the death of broiler chicken. He's made 7 months of research and brought it to the farmers. He's giving it to them. Can you think of it? Who are these kids? High school student organizing dance competition for the underprivileged kid. That was one of his projects. And held a competition. And just 15-20 days back, I don't know, some of you must have seen it. I sent notice to everybody, come and watch what your kids are doing. This is where your younger kids are going. School student tutoring and helping entrepreneurs to succeed. Can you believe? Caring teen translating stories in Braille for blind kids. Can you think of it? Just imagine, I'm telling you, when I was listening to them, I was thinking, such a monkey, Robbin Ghosh never thought about all this. And your kids are doing it. They're creating history. School-going teen helping others cope up with the feeling of fear. This child had fear of water. He says, how I got out of it now, I help everybody. He is running classes today, how people can get out of fear of various things. Who are they? A 15-year-old kid? Teen making short film to create awareness about sociopaths. 10th standard kid design better and comfortable basketball shoes using latest design technology. Can you believe? They can jump higher and better, and when they land there is no shock. 10th standard kids designing wind turbine. These are all your kids. 10th standard kid exploring ways to generate electricity. You know this gentleman who you see here, he's an air commoder from Indian Air Force. He came and said, Dr. Ghosh, I am from the Air Force and I never could think about all this. High school kids designing an automated traffic barrier. Teens shooting and producing, every one of them your kids. A documentary on historic Raigad Fort. Learning and teaching traditional dance forms. Bharatanatyam, she's teaching. And middle school kid designing furniture by re-engineering waste newspaper. Making furniture out of that. So, infrastructure, historic preservations, healthcare, helping government and peers. These are the kids. Just imagine, where are these going to be another 10 years from today? If they continue to go on the right way, that's why I say complete DP. DP is when the 10th standard kids will crystallize. Time for deserve to use their new abilities. To add value and improve their personal, local and global communities. Accomplishment, real world, long time projects, service projects. Talking about we need to do so much more. So, we have heard towards a new education matrix with real world accomplishment. Real world accomplishment is what will enable our future kids to succeed. So, nothing helps than self-esteem and self-confidence like actual doing it, accomplishment, complete it. So, today we are shortchanging both our students and ourselves, deeply underestimating what our kids now capable of and the value that they can now do with the world. Our kids are already starting to do this on their own. You just saw some example. Look at this. Look at them. This is the real world. Job is to make them even more powerful to a supporting curriculum of thinking, action, relationship, accomplishment. Notice there are no academics in that. But if you're good in them, academics follow you. Lakshmi will run after you if you're good in that Saraswati. So because subjects are needed in different amounts by each student, generalized skills needed as much as possible by every student, and what is success? Why do we come to school? Think. Learning is not for earning money. It's to build a good character and lifelong skill. Vedanta with IB automatically becomes aware of the consciousness and truth. Yesterday when I was speaking, there must have been 60 kids in this room. I had about 45 minutes, an hour. At the end of it, there were quite a few others that attending. So I asked them, how do you think the kids, did they like it? One of the kids said, sir, you should talk to us every week, every 10 days. I said, why? He said, sir, when you talk to us, we feel like as if somebody is whacking our bottom and we feel like doing better. I said, yes, it's a very good idea. But isn't it better that you learn to back your own bottom? How long are you going to make me back your bottom? You have to do it yourself. That's the journey of the schooling and parenting. So, notice, emphasis on knowing yourself. Consciousness, self-worth. Who am I? Respecting the freedom of students. Meditation, character. This yoga, controlling your mind. Value-based learning. Now, concept-based teaching. They will sound like that. So what are we saying? The deepest desire in parents' heart is to see one child achieve success. But this success is not only there. We think there are no such thing. Use it or lose it. You have to start to use that brain. Did you know this? It's called 500 GB memory, and we think we buy it and use it, we don't lose it with potential. Did you know that if you have to do is update the system, program it, and it should be as good as new? That is, a computer which I have not used for 6 years, I update it, it will become as good as new, more or less. But if a child is not brain utilized or continuously supportive, it doesn't, it dwarfs its condition. So imagine a child locked for 15 years. Computer late, let's say I leave it like this, the computer, after 15 days if I come and operate, it will work okay. But if I tie up your hand or a child's hand like this for 15 days, will you be able to operate it? Muscle atrophy sets in. Same thing as brain atrophy, attitude, mind is dwarfing us. So the world our kids are going to live in is changing 4 times faster than our local school. Schools should be the best part in town here. At 5 o'clock, 5:30, mommy is saying, come on, 5 minutes more. They don't want to go. So, learning how to learn. Education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. Vivekananda's words. All you have to do is little cleansing, polishing, belief in them. What we want is the Western side coupled with Vedanta. This is Vivekananda's word. I happen to be blessed to open that page and read it. Immediately I believed in it and we started Vedanta with IB. Everybody told me, you're a fool. Who understands Vedanta? I said, I also don't. You could already do it. I said, let me start studying. And today you'll be surprised, for the last almost 15 years, I'm doing Vedanta sessions every Sunday. I didn't know anything. Really. So, you too can. There is a beautiful serial I used to watch a long time ago, maybe 30 years ago. His name was Yang, TV serial. And in that, he is a great Chinese cook. So, he is to have this session called If Yang Can Cook, You Can Too. That was the name of the session. I remember that till today, 30 years ago. He said, if I can cook, you can too. He said, I learned from my mother. I didn't know how to cook. So, this is what we're talking about. That all of us, victorious kids, working together all along to provide this kind of education. We are giving this Vedanta coupled with quality IB education to all our students, evaluation, professional development, walking the talk. We have to do that. You know, that purification, truth, power, we have to do it. This is IB research coupled with 6,000 years of Vedantic knowledge, and they're coupled together. The International Baccalaureate IB offers high quality program, leaders in the field. So why International Baccalaureate? Education is not an alternative to a national education. There are things that we don't know. You go to a library, thousands of books, and you say, my God, I wish I could read all of them. So you know that you don't know them. There are also unknowns which you, unknown to you. Now, we do not know, we don't know, unknown to unknowns is the journey. So what does the teacher do? Known to unknown. And then to discover the unknowns, which are not aware. So, we are talking about a reading mother. Irrespective of the age. I have a 27 and a 20-year-old two daughters. We read together. Not every day, maybe once a week, maybe once in 15 days. But I see they're going and picking up. I saw my younger daughter day before yesterday. She went and picked up a book. I was just wanting to look at which book has she picked up. And she's doing her graduation final. She picked up Edward de Bono. Have you all read about Edward de Bono? He's one of the great scholars of the same human consciousness. I said, wow. Okay. So, you may have tangible wealth unfold, caskets of jewels and coffers of gold. Richer than I, however, you can never be, because I have a mother who reads to me. So read, father, mother together. It's a beautiful way. international mindedness. We need our kids to become active, compassionate, and lifelong learners. You and I have to show we also want to learn. Who understand that other people with their differences can also be right. It's not I am right, you're wrong. So these are the reasons of various 10 reasons what is the International Baccalaureate with Vedanta is bringing about a great change. Read it. We have got career counseling after 12th grade DP. All children will be placed India or abroad as per 5 to 6 choices given to the parent and the child. They talk to each other, take 2, 3, 6 months, and they choose the college, university where, whether India or abroad. I have a daughter, I don't want her to go abroad. Okay. You'll be surprised that huge number of them are getting huge scholarships. Can't believe. So career counseling, they're going into making them their own folders. That folder is very powerful. Association of Indian University of IB. This is a government document. We're talking about placement. These are the list of the kids who are being placed. And they have happened already. Can you see this list? Huge list. Each one of these kids. So, where do we want to go? Towards happiness, a better and more peaceful world to live in, not for myself alone, but for everyone else. We all were taught how to become first in the class, how to earn more money, how to have your own property, and this is mine. The new education is you tell the others, come on.